Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Black women tend to only have an issue with authority and rebel against authority when it's a black man. You want to know how I know? Because when you go to that job and your boss tell you to do something, you're going to do it without no problem. You probably employee of the year when you at that job. You don't have an issue when it's the white man telling you what to do. But when it's the black man, your black man, the one you chose, the one you laid down with, the one you married, had kids with, you have an issue with him leading and taking charge. See, me, knowing what I know, I understand it's systematic. It goes back to Willie Lynch. So we as black women, we were taught that the black man is incapable of leading. We were taught that we didn't need a man. But it's 2024. I think it's time that we change that mindset because I understand that most black men did not have a proper example of a father figure, of a man leading the household growing up. So they're really just trying to find their way, just like the rest of us. But if you have a trying man, give that man some grace.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's time for No Picks Podcast.
What up, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
Joe, what's your thoughts on what you just saw the sister on TikTok kind of illustrate?
I mean, I was following her for a little bit. I think towards the end she chilled off a little bit, but I was still following her. But I would say I agree with the fact that our women, our black women, have an issue with men who want to lead or who are, I should say, who are very masculine. And I hope you understand, guys, when we have this conversation about masculine men, we're not talking about the Pookies. We're not talking about Ray Rays. We're talking about men who stand on business, men who handle their business, men who already are either have acquired resources or on their way to do that. We're talking about stand-up dudes, right? Solid dudes. It's something about our women that it just burns them inside, bro, when they have a masculine man who wants to lead his or wants to exert authority of some sort, right? And I've seen it for a while. It's like we've talked about this before, where like black women wear their rebellious nature as a badge of honor. Like the fact that you want to rebel, the fact that you got to be handled, the fact that you got to be tamed is like something that they walk around like a badge of honor. And most of us are just like, yo, we're so tired of that shit.
Right.
Like we don't want to put up with that. I don't want to be able to handle you. I handle my luggage. I handle an animal. I don't want to handle my woman. Well, maybe in the bedroom, but I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, like I don't want to have to tolerate you or put you in your place.
Yeah.
It's weird how that's how they measure if a man is worthy of their time, how much BS they'll put up from her. So I got more to say, but that's my initial thought, right? Where were you at with Shorty?
I mean, listen, I like what she had to say in the beginning, like you said, and towards the end, she kind of, I was disagreeing a little bit, but no, I agree. What she said in the beginning. So basically, how I see it is like, yeah, like black women have this term, and what I'm about to say, Joe, is true because all you've dated was black women in your whole life, right? So,
right,
what black women like to say, oh, black men date white women because white women, black men date white women because white women, they'll listen to the BS. They'll put up with the BS. We just won't put up with the BS. That's why certain black men don't date us. And I always thought like, I remember growing up, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that is true. Although I was always open to all groups of women, but like I was be like, yeah, that is true. Like certain people, don't want to date black women because of that. But I'm like, the older I get, I'm like, listen, why the hell would any man want to, or any person want to choose the more difficult path over the easier path? Why would you walk down a regular plain street? What man is going to be like, hey, instead of walking down this plain street, I'm gonna climb this fucking cliff? No man's gonna do that. Or no person's gonna do that. So why are you expecting black men to do that? That's the first thing that I thought of when she said this, right? The second thing I thought of is there was this other clip of this swirler chick. You know, when I say swirler, it's like, you know, the women, the black women on the internet that are like, we don't date black men anymore. We only date white men now because white men are better than black men, right? And she was, I forget her name. I wish I could have pulled it up for this clip, but she was like training women on how to get white men. She was a black woman training black women on how to get white men, and she was like, listen,
Okay.
When the white man is like, hey, when your white friend or the guy you're courting is like, hey, babe, let's go to the gym at this time. She's like, hey, don't be late. Don't give him the same sass you give the black man. Don't basically treat him differently as the white guy. So, in other words, you can act right when it comes to your fucking boss or the white guy you're trying to court. Only the black man should put up with the internal racism that you have to deal with, right? Because that's the excuse that black women like to give when it comes to the difference between white women and black women, right? Where they be like, okay, well, when people say, okay, well, you know, a lot of black guys choose white women because it's like, yo, they easier to deal with, yo, they less problematic. Black women be like, well, we more problematic. They kind of say we more problematic because, you know, we had to deal with all this racism. But you could check that racism when it comes to your white boss and your white boyfriend. You won't check that racism or that institutional drama when it comes to your black boyfriend or your black husband. Then you got to give him your ass to kiss. But the white dude, you'll put your best foot forward.
Right.
So
and apparently you'll pay for the dinner too. You'll pay for the dates. Remember that when the black woman was like, when the black woman come up here with the white boyfriends, they pay for the dates. And it's like, what? You got black men having to jump over hurdles and send you cash apps in advance and pay for your food, and then you want to take out for your kids too. Like, we got to pay for all that, but Chad ain't got to pay. You paying for Chad? That's wild, ladies. That is also wild.
And these women, Joe, that talk about, okay, we only date white men now. I would bet my life, bro, that they're not leaving $30,000, $40,000 a year black men to go be with $250,000 a year white men.
They're not.
They're leaving $30,000, $40,000 a year black men to go be with $30,000, $40,000 a year white men.
Right.
Like, so you're dating within the same economical class. It's just that the white man's ice is better in your eyes. So you feel like you came
weird,
up.
Bro.
It's super weird, but you feel like it's a come up because instead of a $40,000 a year black dude, you got a $40,000 a year white dude. And somehow for you, it's like a status symbol. But that's the same shit y'all talk about the black man that dates the white woman. Y'all be like, oh, okay, it's a status symbol. It's a status symbol. But when y'all do it, it's not a status symbol. It's they call it true love.
Right. Yeah. No, man, I went through a phase in my life, and this was definitely like a little bit after college, where I was like, I fell under the label of pro-black, right? There's a lot of reasons why I don't identify as pro-black anymore. I'm not saying I'm anti-black, but like pro-black is like a political statement. It means that you believe that, you know, black families are the staple of the black community. Black people gotta, you know, marry each other and have babies so we can have black families and black babies and black business. You know what I mean? Like, it was all about being pro-black, like our agenda, black agendas. And then after a while, I realized I love black women. I do. I'm married too. I'm married to one. I have my ex-wife is black. I've dated mostly black women my entire life. Both my baby girls are biracial. I'm biracial. You know what I mean? I love black women. That's always been my preference. But for so long, we've talked about the sides. It seems like they relish in being our ops. They want to be our opposition. They bash us more than any other race bashes their men. You know what I mean? I don't see Asian women bashing Asian men. I don't see, and maybe it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but like, to the extent that I see our women bashing us online, and after years, I just realized, damn, I love y'all so much, but for some reason, y'all can't stand us. Y'all can't stand a masculine black man who stands on business, who wants to lead and run his family and protect them and provide for them and give them that masculine direction, that leadership that we need. They hate that. They got to be in control because we have a matriarchy in our community. We've talked about that before. It's a matriarchy in our community, which sucks because it's raising weak and effeminate boys in our communities. So I don't know, bro. Like, I listen, black women, we love y'all. We do. We're not gonna sit here and say we don't need y'all. That's stupid. For black women who go online and saying we don't need black men, y'all stupid. I'll never come in and say we don't need black women. However, black men or whoever care, go where you are celebrated. I think I like that message better. If it ain't a black woman, it's unfortunate. I know some of us want one. Most people, we talked about this side, are race loyal. Most people are race loyal. Most, you know what I mean? Black men in the middle class marry black women at an 85% rate. You wouldn't think that, given how much BS they put out there. But we're very race loyal.
Right.
But that's not the narrative that black women have that they believe. They think that we out there all just they look at the athletes, the Hollywood stars, the people who are making these people celebrities, and that's not even the overwhelming majority of black men. That's a small subgroup of black men, and they look at that and they get mad about that.
But Joe, the issue is those are the black men that the black women want.
That they want, right?
Because they're rich,
right?
And they have influence. So they're like, yo, if you making $70,000, they don't give a damn. But they want the dude making $7 million.
Right. They don't want the guy with the 9 to 5. They want the guy, who has the flexibility to travel and make money and do whatever he wants on his time. And bro, like our community is so cooked, bro. We say that so many times, but like we're so cooked, bro. And when you think about the fact that black women have a 25% marriage rate, and that's with anybody of any race. Of any race, what do you think other men who see you bashing your own men, what do you think they think? You think they're going to be like, oh, yes, we want these queens who talk ish about their men all the time and trash them and disrespect them and emasculate them. You think that's attractive to other races? You can only be that way in America. You can only be that way in a country that tolerates or where feminism is acceptable. Go to one of the Muslim countries. Or one of them Latin American countries with that BS. Please try it. Where men are much more conservative and family oriented. No one's taking that bullcrap outside of America, bro, and other whatever other countries are like America. Like that don't even fly here, bro, and they don't understand that. They don't understand that. They don't. So no. So and then Shorty had the second part of her video. She was saying that men don't have examples, and so we need a little bit of leeway. And I'm like, I mean, yes, men do have work to do. I agree. We do have work to do. We're trying to do better. We have made gains, but yeah, bro, I love my black women, but the advice I give men who are interested in pursuing women or black women, I say, go where you're celebrated. Bro, people checking for black men, and we've talked about this. People checking for us, bro. There are videos of black women being like, listen, other races of women are coming for our men. And we love it. Yeah. And some of them might be like, oh, they're just fetishizing them. Yeah, maybe some are. But we're also not sticking around if they're disrespecting us. So we're staying there too because they treat us well and they respect us. You know what I mean? If they're fetishizing us, oh well, so be it. As long as you respect me. You know what I mean? Like as long as we can cohabitate, we can have a harmonious relationship. It is what it is. But I hope that's not the case. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like we're not just there just because they're fetishizing us, bro. Like they respect us, they celebrate us, right? They respect us.
I think black women gotta stop saying, "Oh, y'all deal with these other groups of people because they won't push back or whatever phrase they use." What person in their right mind wants to take the more difficult route if they can choose to? Like if I can eat filet mignon every day instead of steakums, who's gonna not eat filet mignon every day, and who's gonna choose steakums?
Yeah. No, not me. I'll take the filet mignon, bro. Yeah, I mean, I get it, bro. And it's sad. It's sad because you see more and more of our men going elsewhere to find wives. You know what I mean? Like we're just like, fine, go, gentlemen, go where you are. I'm not telling you to turn into a passport, bro. I'm just saying go where you are celebrated. Wherever that is, find your place there. And if it ain't with our women, it's a sad thing. But like it's a reality you're gonna have to accept. A lot of our women have been brainwashed.
If you corny and you got money, both groups gonna use you for your money. So I mean, it just is what it is. You can choose whatever you want, but like if that's what you have to offer, if your money is what you have to offer, then you're gonna get used either way. So don't get suckered in being like, oh well, I got to be with a black woman so she won't use me. No, if you're corny, you're gonna get used either way. You're gonna get used if you go with black women or white women or Hispanic women or Asian women. It doesn't matter. You're just corny, so they're gonna take your money.
Right. Absolutely. Any race of woman can scam you and exploit you and get you for what shout out to Trump. He's trying to end 50-50 divorces. He's trying to end that, bro.
He's trying to end that.
Yeah, Trump is coming for these. I hope he changes the child support laws too, but he's definitely trying to end 50-50 divorces stuff. So, but
just like Jonathan Majors, when a lot of black women was like, oh well, yeah, that's what you get for messing with that white woman. That white woman, did this X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Bro, do you think a black woman wouldn't do that to a black man?
Right.
A black woman would definitely do that shit to a black man. Stop it. Stop making it seem like the reason Jonathan Majors got in the situation he was in is because he was with a white woman. Because a black woman would do that shit too. Or take Kobe Bryant. You think a black woman wouldn't have taken Kobe Bryant's money and distanced herself from his family? You think she would have been different? You think she would have been more altruistic? Hell fucking no. She would have the same shit. So stop acting like y'all would act any differently in these situations. Stop it. Like,
yeah, I know. And I've told you a while, like, I'm just so tired of the gender war. This gender war that's on social media, that's been all over the place. Is like I'm just over it, and I'm just going with people who want to either work through it and build, or if not, as a man, just go where you're celebrated. That's it. I keep saying that because that's so important. Like, there are women out there who want us. It might not be a black woman, black men, but there are women out there who celebrate us. As long as
let's
you
say this too though. If you're a woman, go where you're celebrated too. But don't talk shit about the $40,000, $30,000 a year black men, and then go to the $40,000, $30,000 a year white men and think that you're fucking crushing it now.
It's
because
hypocritical.
you look silly.
You look silly, and it's so hypocritical. It really, really is. Like it is. And if that's your preference, then hey, I'm not going to judge you for your preference. I just hate when you start bashing all of us on social media and lump us all into the same category when that's not even the case. It's
now,
just not.
If you get with a Pookie and a Ray Ray when you with black men, and then you get a goddamn $100,000, $2,000, cool. You made it come up. You're crushing it. But those men don't want women that have dealt with $30,000 a year men. Like there's a clear lifestyle difference, Joe. Like you make the money that you make. Hang out with somebody that make $30,000 a year, and you'll see, like, nigga, we think differently, we move differently, we move differently throughout the world.
I agree. I make this money because of all the decisions I've made and because of my mentality. So you're absolutely right, bro. They the ones you got to buy drinks for at the bar. Like, bro, you invited me out, and I'm buying you food now. I'm buying. You know what I mean, and because if I got it, it ain't nothing. But like, it's like that's them type of dudes. Ain't always broke.
Right.
Yeah. So let's open it up to the family. Do you guys think Shorty had a point? We didn't really get into the thing where it's like black women are able to operate in their jobs and respect authority at their workplace, but they can't do it at home with their relationships with their men. And that's another thing we've talked about too. Like you'll go to your job and clock in. You know how to behave. You know how to speak with respect. You know how to follow rules. You know how to respect authority at your job. But when you get home, it's a completely different story with the person that loves you, with your significant other. You can't respect that person. You can't respect that authority. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad. So let's just open it up to the community and see what they think about it. The Shuddy got a point. What's your experience been with black women? Are we tripping? Do you guys see this trend as well of the bashing of black men? Do you think we should just go where we're celebrated, or should we be race loyal? We don't think you should be. You should go with whoever appreciates you. But yeah, just chime in, family. This is an interesting conversation. We hope that it continues to go and gets more productive. And black women, whatever you want, I hope you get it. And I mean, we mean that from the bottom. Whatever y'all want, we hope that you get it. And when you get it, we hope that you can keep it. Because getting it is one thing, but keeping it is another. So, sending love to y'all, man.
Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment. Until next time.
Until next time.